From Julio Cruz and Gaylord Perry to Alvin Davis and Harold Reynolds to father and son back to back bombs. From Junior J, Joey, and Edgar with Randy, A-Rod, Dan, and the Sheriff to Ichiro Moyer and Mikey C to King Felix, Kyle Cruz, and Cano to the present with Julio, Gilbert, Kirby, and Cal. I don't believe it. It just continues. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast. Y'all know it's your boy Ty here. And of course, my co-host Sam, he will mess around and get a triple-double. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing well. Pretty happy with the Seahawks performance here so far today. I'll tell you that Arroyo, man, he is going to be a problem for
Ooh-wee.
defenses this year. He is looking good. I'll say that.
Well, let's get into it, Sam, because obviously in the preseason, a lot of teams, especially with younger head coaches, they don't want to play their starters at all. Anyone who they deem important. Hey, Tay, how you doing, girl? But
Hey, baby.
Say hi.
Well, you said hi. I'm doing the show right now, Tay. Samuel, please help. Tay. All right, sorry.
no, but we got certain players you're looking out for, man. And right away, I just want to get this out there right now, man. My heart goes out to Jake Bobo. My heart goes out to Bud Clark. My heart goes out to all of the players out here that are suffering severe season ending injuries, trying to scrap and claw to make football teams. We know how cutthroat the league is. We know that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We know that the average career is only 3.5 years. And so these moments are so fleeting for these players. But that's also, Sam, I want to twist it though. It stinks to see some of the guys you like go out, but talk like Arroyo. Talk to me, man. This guy's got so much potential, and he might be starting to show some of it now.
Yeah, man, we've been waiting for Arroyo like last year. I mean, to kind of break out, and yeah, he is primed to break out, especially with the OC being, the tight ends and running game coordinator for the 49ers, man, and kind of putting Kittle on the map. I just see nothing but good things happening this year for Arroyo.
Well, he's got that true speed. He's got that real speed that scares a defense. He is such a fluid athlete. He's such a natural receiver. Holy smokes. As I see our third string quarterback get absolutely crushed. But
Yeah.
as I mentioned before, though, Sam, a couple of times, I just loved how Arroyo was a willing blocker in his rookie season. He wasn't a high volume catch player, he wasn't a high volume target type of guy, but he was willing to stick his nose in there. And once again, we saw the Seahawks be able to utilize guys in ways that they can succeed. They're not asking him to just be an inline road grader against defensive ends, but they had him coming on the backside of those inside zone split type of plays. They have him moving to get moving targets out at the second level. So his willingness and just a great job by the coaches last year. Now, Sam, you're right. We're going to see this next step. He is going to be a playmaker in the passing game. I'm going to go as far as to say that AJ Bonner and Arroyo are going to be a top 5, top 10 type of tight end duo once this year unfolds.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. I mean, and the more you could do, the more versatility you have on the field. I mean, the better for the coaches, the better for the player. I mean, and Arroyo being a willing blocker. I mean, yeah, that's all you really want for a player of his kind of what he's good at, his size, his measurables and everything like that. I mean, he's more like an X receiver. I mean, as long as he's willing to stick his nose in there on the plays, so they can do some deception and things like that, then that's all you really want for him. You don't want him blocking, sticking his nose in there every single down in, down out. But yeah, I mean, absolutely. If he has the want to, that's all you want for a player like him.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Mariners lifer, I completely agree. The Seahawks twos looked really good against the Titans once tonight, and I thought that was interesting, man. They had Cam Ward, they had Peter Skoronsky, they had all world D tackle, freaking Jeffrey Simmons. I mean, they had all of their very, very best players out there, their most important young players as well. And the Seahawks twos and even threes were out there a ton doing work, man. You brought up Fuller, the late round cornerback, and he made a fantastic play on the first drive, man. 3rd and 7, deep fade down the sideline. He won't get technically a statistic for a PBU, but so technically sound, man. Just running with the receiver, forces the receiver's route into the sideline. So even if the receiver caught it, he'd have 2 feet out of bounds, anyways. So great job by Fuller there. Get off the field when they're trying to pick on you like that. And like we know, Sam, late round picks face crazy tough odds right now to try to make a roster. So you gotta get out there and make plays when you have an opportunity.
Oh, well, without a doubt. I mean, Fuller has had actually a couple good tackles as well. Let's see, Chris Paul Jr. has had what 8 tackles so far this game.
And he's
So
been, he's been playing downhill too, noticeably
yeah,
playing downhill too. Chad Surratt. I'm so impressed with Chad Surratt right now, and he feels like such a versatile player, man. Because I see him, get a third down stop playing the zone flat area 1-on-1, comes up and smokes the running back. I also see him rushing off the edge effectively. So showing a multiple skill set, like you said, you want to make a team, you gotta have a multiple skill set unless you're a superstar. Most guys aren't that star, man. And Zleifer, Bud Clark is a big loss. Safety depth is now hurt, Sam. And I said this with Andy just before we hit the airwaves, and it's that I view Nick Eamon in just his own special category. I really do. And so now when it comes to safety depth, man, we got D'Anthony Bell as our third safety. And so the depth gets thin quickly, but just as I say that, D'Anthony Bell has a fantastic football game against Tennessee with all sorts of big hits, playing aggressive, coming downhill, recognizing the quick route, shooting his gun, and hitting hard. Love what I'm seeing, but yeah, safety depth will be tested.
yeah, and I want to give a shout out to Connor O'Toole too, because man, he's got a
Yes,
sack and a half
yes,
this game. He's been looking pretty good
yes.
as well. We had a few pass breakups. You said Dansby had one. Yeah, Fuller, Washington. I don't know much about the Washington kid, and I don't think he needs to be known about. He won't be around for much longer. But yeah, so yeah, the teams look pretty good for the players that we want to see have good games so far. So it's not bad at all.
Yeah, no
And
doubt, no doubt.
and with Bobo gone, I mean, it opens it up for Foster Jr. here to make the team. It's gonna be a battle.
Hmm.
But I don't know, man. Like the whole team is hyping him up pretty hard right now, so I think he has a shot.
And we also don't know, Sam, the fourth, fifth, sixth receiver type of spot on a team. There could be a lot of really quality NFL players that end up out there after the first cutdown day here. So maybe our Bobo replacement isn't even on the team right now. I love the competition for it, man. I do want to point out, the Seahawks are probably going to lose this game, but I feel really optimistic from what I saw. Ooh, boy, hits on deck. Quandre Diggs was the name I brought up with super producer Indy because we signed him to the practice squad last year. He was
Mm-hmm.
obviously a willing teammate that he would, was able to swallow his pride and do what it takes as a practice squad member, even after all of his success in the league. I want to give a quick shout out now to Brandon Peely, though, Sam, blowing up the middle of the offensive line interior on, I
Yes,
believe, the
sir.
second drive. Just a massive 5 yard loss right off the bat, just screwing up an entire drive right away. And this is sometimes what happens, Sam. Get trapped into this a lot too. We get so enamored with the younger guys, so enamored with the new rookies, Sumalo, Bubba Thomas. I'm sorry, man. Those guys, maybe they can make a practice squad or something. These guys aren't close to Brandon Peely
Oh,
for
good
what I
stop.
see.
I think we stopped him. Yep, that's a stop. That's a stop. I'm sorry. Continue. What were you saying?
No, we're seeing Is it funny? We're seeing Sumalo and Bubba Thomas right now, And we get so high on these young guys, and we always talk about some of these young guys supplanting a guy that's already been here. And to me, Peely is pretty decidedly a better player.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. At this point, absolutely, 100%. I mean, these guys are developmental pieces. I mean, most of them
Mm.
might make one of the last roster spots, or most likely practice squad. I mean, nose tackle is at least a position that's pretty good to be able to develop. Have a long term development
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
I really like the long shots. The Seahawks have been pretty successful at defensive tackle, kind of filling gaps here and there with veterans usually. Like Tony McDaniel back in the day and everything like that. So, yeah, I think our D line will be pretty good.
Man, Tony McDaniel, that's a great pull because that was a guy who was a big time stud on a historic defense and he never gets talked about. But you got to stop the run first. And you're right, man. Tony McMonster was there. I do want to give a negative though, Sam. Sometimes you wonder, like, I sometimes watch Drew Lock for a while and I'm like, oh, how is this guy not a starter in the league? Then he gets flushed out of the pocket,
Yep.
heaves it downfield into the most double sticky coverage I've seen thrown in a while. Ooh, another one. Boy, made me
Hmm.
happy about Sam Darnold, but that was just for a veteran like Drew Lock. I bet he was like 10 for 10, 11 for 11 at that point, man, just dealing. And the interception actually didn't count because of a penalty. But you want to talk about just those head scratchers that just leaves me so puzzled. And maybe that's why he ended up a backup and not a starter in the
Yeah,
NFL.
it's his consistency and accuracy when pressured, I believe, is kind of his whole thing. Like the reason that he's not a starter in this league anymore. Because you're right, he looks great in training camp every year, in shorts and everything. Pads go on, and mistakes happen a little bit more frequently. But man, he's one of the better backups in the league. I'll say that, if not the
Yeah.
best, in my
Yeah.
opinion. I can't think of many better than him right now. So I'm happy he's our backup. But yeah, I don't want him to be our starter, like, for an extended period of time. I'll say that. I'm much
He could
happier with Sam
definitely win a
Darnold.
couple games. He could
Oh
definitely win
yeah,
a couple games.
absolutely. A few games if you need him to. He's a baller, man. He's a player, but yeah, he just has makes some boneheaded decisions sometimes.
No doubt. No doubt. I mean, I like preseason football, Sam, but man, dude, there's a reason the top dogs get paid so much money.
Yeah, and talk about what's going on chat here with Quandre Diggs and everything. He will absolutely come back if he is offered. I guarantee it, 100%. I just saw a thing. He'll come back. Doesn't matter about the money. He just loves it in the
Mhm.
organization. I watched a whole interview he did. It was great. So yeah, I agree. He will
Okay,
come
okay.
back if given the chance. He loves it here.
Do you think he still has anything left in the tank?
That I don't know. I am
Okay.
not sure. But
They thought high enough of him to have him on the practice squad last year, so that's something. And now their
yeah,
depth is being
he
tested, like was
and he
noted by
knows the
Ems.
system, and that in
Uh-huh.
itself is important. At least he won't be out of position
Hmm.
and getting burnt that way. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, I
And
mean,
we've oh, go ahead.
no, keep going, go.
Well, I was just thinking, we've heard John Schneider recently on the Hard Knocks talk so much about character. Clearly, they like Quandre's character because they, keep hiring him back, etc. But that will be an interesting move.
Yeah,
It gets
Diggs
tough,
kept
man.
saying that he was kept getting calls from other teams, and he was sending them back, rejecting them, saying, "No, I'm not leaving. I'm happy here. I want to stay. I want to be a Seahawk."
Okay, okay,
So I
and
mean, he's getting calls from other teams,
mhm.
so he could probably at least play a little bit.
Yeah, and that's great for the Seahawks, then, man. It just shows the type of organization they are that guys are willing to do this, and you get later in your career and the families start to come into play here. Like Quantri's at a point in his life where there's probably only a couple cities that his family would be him and his family would be comfortable and happy as a family to be moving to at this point because he's not going to be getting a career difference making payday, man. It's going to be a veteran minimum type of
Yeah,
deal.
yeah. Right
So
now, he's playing for
he,
the love of the game, and
Okay.
just because he wants to. You would think. You're right. I mean, because it's
Yeah.
veteran minimum
Yeah.
all day, practice squad
Yeah.
veteran minimum for him. So there's no other reason to do it than for the love of the game at this
Mm.
point for
Well,
him.
I mean,
So
that's still a really good paycheck if you could hold on to
that's true. I mean,
17
that's true.
NFL
But
paychecks.
you can make
I
that,
mean,
in broadcasting, I believe
mm.
ESPN and things like that. But
But I
that's
mean,
getting a little more
is
cutthroat
Quandre a
nowadays.
broadcaster? I don't know if he really necessarily,
Yeah,
portrays
I
as
don't
that
know. I mean, there's
necessarily, but
radio. Yeah, you never know what they'll get into. But yeah, who knows? Who knows?
okay.
I love Quandre
Well,
as the player. He's one of my all-time great Seahawks. Love the guy. So yeah, I hope he's in the organization in some capacity.
the Seattle Seahawks are about to lose to the Tennessee Titans, Sam. They're going to fall to 0-2 in the preseason. I hope everyone just shits on the Seahawks now and we just come out guns blazing again.
Oh, they're going to. The national media is absolutely going to shit on the
Hard
Seahawks.
Knocks makes it hard though because it's
That's
hard not
true.
to love what you're seeing.
That is
How
true.
can you not love John Schneider? How can you not love Coach McDonald? This entire coaching staff, Sam. I'm so impressed by every single coach that's been on. I just can't
Yes,
say enough good things about them.
the Seahawks have turned this into one big advertisement for the Seahawks organization.
Mm.
They've tackled this better than any other team I've seen. They came out with a different mindset, and that's why we're winning Super Bowls right now. It's because we're coming at things differently than other teams, in my opinion. At least we're just a well-run organization. Let's just keep it going.
Texas Power, you can keep on talking trash about John Schneider. He'll be laughing his way to Canton. That's all I know, buddy. Hey, from what
Scummy
we've seen,
mob
he's a
guy.
great dude. Scummy mob guy.
Sure,
Sheesh.
sure, yeah,
I'll take it.
yeah.
If he's the mastermind, there's always some mastermind behind everything. And they're not always handsome like Ray Liotta in the early 90s. They do that for the Hollywood shit. Most of these mobsters are ugly as a mo.
Yeah, he's a WWE dad in my eyes. He's all about that wrestling stuff. So yeah, I love John Slater, dude. He's the man. He is the man.
Oh, man. Well, some
He might look and
franchises,
smell like Barbasol. That's true. He
hey,
does. Yeah, I won't disagree with that.
man, these guys, he grinds film like none other.
He does. He does.
This is what
Absolutely.
those guys do. If you have a guy that looks too good and too tan, he's probably not a very good GM.
If you got the guy that's smelling like Barbasol, he probably slept in his office because he's like looking at film all
Yeah.
night long.
You need
So,
sickos like that to win
mhm.
Super Bowls. You need sickos to win Super Bowls. Period.
Yeah, he's gonna smell like Barbasol and Axe body spray because he's just trying to be presentable because he slept in his office all day.
Well, I see Tay popped in and his Dallas popped us one. And I just want to go around the NFL a little bit, Sam. Dallas is the team that I think could be improved this year. I really liked what they did in the offseason with their defense. And I see teams starting to really take a notice of the team pass rush, man. They traded Micah Parsons, yes, but you bring in Kenny Clark, you bring in Quinnen Williams, you bring in Rashawn Gary, you draft my boy Malachi Lawrence with that 4-5 speed, great hand fighting off the edge. They bring in Jadeveon Clowney, man. Everyone thinks that Caleb Downs is going to be an instant stud at safety. So, with the offense that is going to be top 10, unless Dak gets hurt, if their defense could just get to the middle, bam, that's it. And here's the other thing, Sam: 5 or 6 teams changing the playoffs every year. To me, that looks like a recipe that they could possibly be one of those teams.
Yeah, they absolutely could. I mean, that's what most people have kind of been saying about them for the last few years, that if their offense could just be average, they could make some noise. But they're one of the teams out in the first, second round, usually, in my opinion, would be where I would see them. They can make a little noise, but I don't see them being too much of a Super Bowl contender. They
It's
can't
going to be
compete with
tough.
the likes of the Rams and the Seahawks.
Well, Dak has been an excellent regular season quarterback, but with the exception of one game against the Seahawks, he's really struggled in the playoffs. He's had one good game and one was against our favorite team.
Yep. Yeah, I remember that one. That was a brutal game, kind of the death of the LOB years right there. But yeah,
Mhm.
and is it official that I think I heard something that Aaron Donald is officially back, but I don't know if that's true or not. I
I
assume
haven't
he's
seen
been
anything
officially
on
back.
yet,
Yeah,
so
I haven't seen anything either, but okay. But in my opinion, he's been officially back for weeks, and the Rams
and
are just
I still
drama
think
queens and like the attention.
maybe it's not even maybe he's not even going to come back, dude. I still think that's a relatively realistic option here.
I doubt it, man. I just don't think the organization puts it out like this. I mean, I think they have a handshake deal and they're just getting it sorted out and they're just staying in the
They're just
headlines by
waiting. They're
saying,
just
"Oh
waiting.
yeah," then they can be in the headlines every week. Aaron Donald, puts on a Ram sock this week, and this week he's trying out, with the team and working out this week. And man, like they're just milking it for headlines. Is all they're doing.
Yeah, and some guys are just different. Some guys are just different. We saw Walter Jones for like 3 or 4 straight years show up a week before the season started and was still the best player in the NFL.
Yeah, no, I don't even think this is an Aaron Donald. I think this is a Ram thing that they are doing as an organization, not an Aaron
Okay.
Donald choice thing. I definitely think this is, yeah, being done by them as an organization.
Okay. Whoa, timeout, timeout. Am I tripping? Did the Cowboys sign Von Miller also?
I believe they did.
I mean,
Yes.
they're coming with it. They're coming. I like it. I like it. And everyone wants to learn from John Schneider, and that's who I learned from also. What's so fun too, Sam, is to see John's career in Seattle. We've seen so many great moves, and honestly, so many shitty draft picks as well. And that's what happens if you've been the man, in charge of drafts for 15, 16 years. You're
Well, yeah,
gonna have some
everyone's going to
great
have
ones,
their
and
misses and have their eggs laid in the draft. I
oh
mean,
yeah.
yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah, Schneider's hits have far outweighed his misses. I mean,
That's why he's still here.
yeah, he has more than a couple Hall of Fame picks, in my opinion. He's got there because
Mm, mm.
Sherm, Bobby, I mean, Russ
Russell,
potentially. Like, yeah, man, like
Cam.
but yeah, he's a Ring of Honor. I don't know about. He could have been Hall of Fame if he could have had the help.
Oh, okay. I was just saying because to me, like Cam Chancellor's like a Hall of Fame pick. It like
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
he
Yes.
might not like just in terms of the what he
Agreed.
got
Fifth
out of the
round
draft pick.
enforcer. Yes. Agreed. Yep.
Because this is what I always want to remind people. Luke Wilson's a really successful 5th round pick. It's just
Yeah.
not like to the crazy, amazing stature that a Cam Chancellor or a Richard Sherman attained.
Not every player gets to be the star. You know what I mean? You have to have depth
Yeah.
pieces. You have to have role players. You know what I mean? And being able to get a good role player in the fifth round is extremely important. It's how you fill
Mm-hmm.
out your team. It's how you have depth. It's how you overcome injuries, man. It's not much more important.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Lifer, I agree too. And it goes for coaches in general because coaches are just so much more nearsighted. General managers are always looking long term. Coaches are like, oh my God, my left guard is just isn't quite as good. Like, can we just fuck it, Lou? Let's just trade that 3rd round pick and upgrade a little. The general manager is gonna take that way more. Whoa, it's really not that big of an upgrade worth that sort of so
Yeah.
it can help to have the separation. And we saw it, Sam. You know, Paul Allen, God, it's 20 years ago, made that move where he brought in Tim Ruskell because, frankly,
No.
Sam, there's just not enough hours in the day for a head coach to also be the full-time GM.
No.
It's just too intense and too time-consuming of professions to do both at a high level. And you know
Yes.
how what I feel about Mike Holmgren. I think it's a fucking travesty that Coach Holmgren's not in the Hall of Fame already. I could show you all the resumes here, and he is better than a lot of the guys that have been inducted in the last 10 years. I digress on that, but it's really tough, even for a guy like Coach Holmgren, to try to pull that off.
Yeah, I agree. Holmgren needs to get in that Hall of Fame. Without a doubt, we got to get Holmgren in there because, dude, there's not many more deserving coaches than him. And if Andy Reid's getting in, I mean, shit, he learned from Holmgren. You know what I mean? And
Mm,
they're all came from
mhm.
that same locker room and same team back in the day. So Yeah, I don't know. The team's looking good. I want to say Jacardier Wright though, man. That he hit
Yes, yes.
shot out of a goddamn cannon when I saw him that second drive. That was awesome.
220 pounds ripping off a 70-yard run, mind you.
Yeah, and I don't know a lot about this cat. So I mean, is he a rookie or
He
second
had a
year?
really good preseason last year. It's just, the team has depth, or at least
Yeah.
had depth, and we'll see what happens this year. Because the way I'm thinking, that this team loves Price. This team loves Price. They are not
Oh, they
about
do.
to let him get a high ankle sprain like Arizona and their stupid
Oh my
ass
god, dude!
organization.
How about that? How about we talk about that too? That's just
Go run
craziness.
with it.
Well, I mean, what do you think about the workload they gave him in the preseason for that first preseason game?
You
Uh,
can't do it, and not at the position. Okay, so for starters, you give your running back 15 plus carries, 15 plus touches in the first preseason game is insane. Even if he was like pick
the first
28,
half of the first preseason game, I think is what it
pick
was.
three, pick three. He
Yeah,
already has more guaranteed money than what Bijan and Gibbs just signed for. I mean, this is a substantial investment. Furthermore, Sam, we know that running backs have a very finite amount of carries in their body unless you're a freak show like Derrick Henry. Like,
yeah.
you gotta get the carries to matter, and that's why I never get when a team like the Giants draft Barkley, a team like the Cardinals draft Love, because they're just not in that position yet. And so they're going to waste 3 years of carries to finally build their team up. And that's when you drop the running back in and you do it in reverse. Now you get your guy all hurt because your team's not ready to roll like that. And you're just cycling and cycling and cycling. Why I keep saying, Sam, the same 7 teams draft top 10 every year.
Yep, there's a reason the organizations that are failing are continually failing. Because, dude, that is just a crazy decision to put Love out there for that many carries in that first half there, dude. The first
Mm-hmm.
preseason, you can't do it. I mean, it's not with the number 3 pick that you're. I mean, you're banking everything on him. You're like the offense will be running through him and the tight end, and that's it. That's what they got.
And they already had their 35th pick of the draft. Basantis tore up his knee. I
Yeah,
mean,
everyone's
you
getting
just,
hurt right now. It's kind of crazy. There's a lot of injuries.
well, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. That's the tough part about the NFL. I'm getting pumped though, man. People are getting ready for fantasy drafts. People are getting ready for their favorite team's season, man. We
And
gotta
for
talk
M's Lifer's
baseball.
question, I do think it was partly a little bit of Pete having a little more influence, but I also think it was both of them trying to get a little cute
Yeah.
and trying to draft for upside. I think is kind of what it was going for. They're definitely getting too cute and not sticking to their fundamentals because yeah, they had a good formula of what to do and they strayed from it. Is what it seemed like to me.
Okay, so if their motto to start their regime was smart, tough, reliable, I don't want to be a dick, but Malik McDowell was definitely not smart or
No,
reliable. That was
no, he
never on
wasn't.
his draft card at all.
No, no. I think Pete just probably got
And that's just
infatuated.
one example. And I think
Yeah.
another example too. And what's so interesting is John's been kind of open, like kind of looking back at his career now with the Seahawks. They also started chasing upside too much, kind of like with the mindset that, we only really have like 5 or 8 spots that are really going to be up for grabs when it's all said and done. When they were really
Mm-hmm.
humming.
Yeah.
So they go for such high upside, but high upside it can also just be risk. That can also be bust. And I think about something like an NBA 2K, they'll give you a guy's potential grade. And let's just say a guy has an A minus potential, Sam. But if he starts at a 45, he's never going to get to that potential, and he's only going to get up to a 55 anyways.
Yeah. That is definitely true. Yeah, dude. I don't know this. I
Cool.
don't know.
You got to live and learn, man. If you're going to be a
Yeah.
GM for a franchise this long, especially with such a revered, powerful, borderline head Hall of Fame head coach, man. So It's not like John was just able to strong arm every decision the way so many other
Oh
GMs
no,
can.
he definitely couldn't do that. No, no,
He
definitely
had
not.
to, you know, cooperate and compromise the way most GMs of his stature never had to. And I think that's just another feather in John's cap of why he's so great.
And you kind of can see with Pete's coaching style why they went for those high upside guys with because Pete would pretty much give people like cut ups of their best plays, being like, if you work hard, this is what you like can be like you have this in
Mhm.
you type of a thing because he is an optimistic type of a coach. And so I mean you keep doing that and you have all these a few splash plays, you make a cut up and oh you could be this, you could be this, but I mean they don't have the foundation and they're not that good of players
Mhm.
fundamentally. They just have a few good traits here and there. So
Mhm.
I can
Mhm.
it makes sense why Pete was chasing that with his mindset and how he views things.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, you don't have to think the same way to end up with great results, and that's kind of what makes this thing interesting.
Yep, that is true. But yeah,
Well, do we want to talk about a crappy baseball team, Sam, even though they just won 2 out of 3 versus one of the best in the league?
I mean, we can touch on it. I mean, they have sandwiched a couple shellackings in between those two wins, though, because man, we got
Holy
our asses
smokes.
handed to us today. That was a rough one.
So in about a week span, 22-0 and 19-2, I believe, something like
Yes,
that, in less than a week.
yeah, and we had two walk offs, so two barely wins in between that too. So yeah, man, I'm glad they won. I mean, Kate Anderson, we could talk about him. He looks sharp.
Yeah, yeah,
He looks sharp. I mean, there's some argument Dan left him in there a little bit too long, facing the lineup for a third time. But I mean, he's going to be your ace too. At the same
yeah.
time, you kind of want to see what he's got. But it was a good first start for him. I'm happy with the results.
Yeah, I mean, he gave up the back-to-back homers on back-to-back pitches, and someone someone should have helped Dan out there. Like there has to be more meeting of the minds in the dugouts. And to me, it feels like there wasn't really a plan necessarily. Like if the organization, man, Dan, Jerry, just everybody, Pete, what is going on here, man? Like he's never pitched over 80 pitches in the minors. Why wasn't he? I figured he was going to be pulled immediately after he got PCA out there, just because the Mariners seem to have been so stringent on following their pitch counts and their pitchers' developments from what I've seen in the last 5 or 6 years with all these young guys coming up. So that one kind of baffled me, man. But yeah, so excited. So excited. I mean, his command with 4 different pitches, the way he can change the eye levels, change the zones. Oh my goodness. This guy's going to be a star.
Yeah, and do you see how he's using the whole mound too? How he's
Oh,
used
but
the
be
different
like going
angles.
side.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
dude.
yes,
Kind of like
yes.
Paul Skeens did a couple years ago. It's not a common thing for pitchers to do because it's just that much adds that much more complication into pitching. And
Mm.
so, I mean, he's a real heady, smart player, and yeah, I'm excited for his future. I think he's going to be a great addition to the team.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. We
And what's up with
want
Miller, man? What's up with our boy Miller?
Woo, doggy. Well, he's run out of gas apparently. I mean, his velo's been way down for like a couple months now, and I mean, you
Run
were
out
just
of
talking.
gas though. He didn't pitch the beginning of the year, right?
He's never proven any durability before, though. I mean, we really
Well,
don't know what we
durability is
have.
different than stamina, though. When you're saying he's running out of gas, like you know what I mean, that's telling me his arm doesn't have it to hold in for the whole season. Like yeah, dude. I don't know. You think it's a stamina issue?
It's not. He's had arm problems, man, and so he's he he's always been battling it for basically the last 2 seasons. And the Mariners, as an organization and as a medical team, are doing their best to try to get them out there as much as they can. And they never outright said it. And Dan doesn't throw his guys under the bus at all, as we've seen, even to Dan's own detriment when he probably should be a little
Yeah.
bit more piss and vinegar about a situation, man. But a lot of the piggybacking and the six-man shit was to try to help Miller get to the finish line because he hasn't gotten to the finish line before. The only time he has was when he came up mid-season, and so we didn't even start at the beginning.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. And M's Lifer is saying he's got bone spurs in the elbow. Is that a thing that can be cleaned up in an off season with surgery, or is that you're dealing with that your career?
No, you can definitely clean that up, but if you clean it up, you're gonna be done for at least a couple months, if not several. So that's definitely something that they've probably been trying to work through.
Gotcha, gotcha. Well, I mean, at least we got Sloan ready to come up here soon too. So
Holy smokes! Because I mean, it's true, dude. Miller was the best pitcher in the postseason. He was the best pitcher to start the season, but he's also been the pitcher who started in the 22 nothing and the 19-2 debacles.
yeah, dude, yeah, he's been getting shellacked, lit up for the last five something
Oh
starts. I mean, the
no.
last couple have been the worst of all, but it hasn't been pretty, dude. Like
Mhm.
something, he went from being our most impressive, dominant pitcher to this, and so yeah,
Sam,
something's up. It's got to be the bone spur. Something is going
the
on.
window's not closed, Sam, but the window is closing fast on the Mariners, dude. I'm starting to really see it, dude, because you don't know how the health is going to last for pitchers. You don't know exactly what their peak is going to be. Drafting college pitchers are usually on the older side, so they're not, nearly spring chickens. I mean, George Kirby's already 28, Logan Gilbert's already 29. They're each a couple years away from free agency still.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I think
And,
we're coming to a
okay,
crossroads.
and they
I
were when
think
they were
our
cheaper
window can
players.
extend or tighten and close real quick here soon.
Cal was a cheap player. Logan and Kirby were cheap players. Julio was a cheap player. Well, these guys are Colt Emerson now. I still don't know about that contract. Well, I mean, talk about TBD.
Yeah,
TBD. If
I
he
think
doesn't
Colt
turn
will
into
be
an
fine.
all-star, it's a shitty contract.
Well, I mean, look at the difference with Cole Young between last year and this year.
Best player on the team.
Yeah, and so I expect to see a big jump from Emerson next year from Colt. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it might not be because that was quite the big jump that Young did. I don't know if Emerson's doing that, but we'll see.
It's
I
certainly
think it,
possible.
yeah, his overall ceiling is higher than Young's, but it's
Mm,
just what he could do in one off season. We'll see. I mean, he is
yeah.
one hell of a player, so he's got all the tools.
We have to shout out Randy Arozarena. I mean, in
Mm-hmm.
a bummer, disappointing, crappy season, Randy Arozarena has showed up. Not only that, he saved the weekend for the Mariners. Without Arozarena, this team probably gets swept. They somehow, Sam, win 2 out of 3 against one of the best teams in the league. Texas Ranger, we know we're pretty much cooked, but you
We're
can't
only
count us
three
out quite
behind you,
yet. We're
Texas
three
Ranger.
games
Three.
back. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know what I'm looking at, Sam.
Yeah,
All
I
I
don't have any
know,
faith we're gonna catch, chop into that three, but it's only three. I wouldn't say cooked. If we get hot, things can change any moment. I just don't
dude,
think we're gonna get hot.
if we were in the
We're
NL
gonna,
Central, we'd be 19 games back.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Even after this series win versus the Cubbies, Sam, if we were in the NL Central, we're 19 games back. By the grace of God, we're 3 games back. And that's how the team should look at it, man. They really should. Like, I would feel, fuck it. Fuck it, dude. We've had a shitty year. Most of us have god awful stats. A
I think
lot
you're
of the
putting it
players are
lightly.
embarrassed. Fuck
Yeah,
it,
they
dude.
should
Go
be.
on a heater
They
for 30
should be
games.
embarrassed
Go on a
because
heater
this
for
is
30 games.
embarrassing. Yeah, this is an embarrassing season. So yeah, they should be hanging their head and have their fucking tails between their legs because this is unacceptable. After the
Hits
what
on
we
deck.
did
Yeah,
last year, you
Revis.
can't do it.
Hits on deck. Good call. Revis,
Mm-hmm.
his 130 average this year, be damned, has been an absolute clutch hero on the weekend series versus the Cubs. The Mariners are still frustrating the hell out of me, but you're right. 3 games back. Can we just have a Beastquake moment? I don't even know if I care at this point, man, because our Seattle Seahawks are
Yes,
coming with the
sir.
Thunder, man. There are so many good teams in the NFL. There's so many exciting players. It's going to be a freaking awesome season for fans across the country. Tyson B, Texas Ranger, Payne Williams, everybody who doesn't cheer for the Seahawks, man, we're going to come and get your ass, but have a great time, man. It's a time for all of us to start getting pumped, baby.
Hell yeah. We're almost done with the preseason here. Last game's on Friday. Then we're up to the real thing. It's almost here. Can't wait. Giddy.
Let's do it. Let's
Hell
do it.
yeah.
Anything
Go
for the
Hawks.
people, man.
Just go Seahawks and fucking go Mariners. Let's pull this off. Fuck the Rangers.
My,
All right.
oh my, we have a world-class organization and a mildly serious one that we sometimes wonders if they're awake. Shout out to super producer Indy. That's Vaden Podcast Services. Vaden Podcast Services. Shout out to the live chat. Thank you for the juice. It's your boy Ty. Shout out to my homie Sam. My, oh my, it's another sports podcast.